I imagine when the Miami Dolphins front office and coaching staff go to sleep at night, they think to themselves, how the hell are we going to stop Josh Allen? And they certainly are not alone when it comes to this, but Miami has had more trouble with Josh Allen than pretty much any other franchise. The Dolphins have lost their last 7 games against Allen and the Bills, surrendering an average of 37 points in those contests. It's impossible to deny the Miami Dolphins have a Josh Allen problem. And I think it's safe to say, when the Dolphins make any defensive personnel decisions, Josh Allen is in the back of their mind. But how do you even stop a 6'5", 240-pound demigod of an athlete? Well, by bringing in your own demigods to defend him. Enter Channing Tindall, the 6'2", 230-pound demigod linebacker out of the University of Georgia, whom Miami selected with the 102nd overall pick. Tindall was part of one of the best college defenses we have ever seen, but he's often forgotten piece because of all the other stars on the unit. Out of the 7 Georgia defenders selected in the 2022 draft, Tindall was the last one picked, but that has nothing to do with his physical abilities. At the Combine, he ran a blazing 4.47 40, which, to put that in perspective, is what safety Javon Holland ran at his pro day the year before. Tindall is also an excellent tackler and has an incredible motor. So how exactly does a 230-pound linebacker who runs like a safety fall all the way back to the end of the 3rd round? Well, Tindall does struggle with the mental aspect of the game. Far too many times he's caught out of position and just looks a little lost on the field. He still looks uncomfortable in coverage and sometimes wastes steps, hesitates, and struggles to diagnose plays as quickly as his peers. And I think the sequence that describes the boom or bust potential of Tindall perfectly is the viral Nakobe Dean video from the national title game where Channing moves the wrong way, runs into Nakobe, and almost gives up a touchdown. Nakobe then yells at him for this, and he responds the very next play by tracking down Bryce Young for a massive sack that just not many other players in college football can make. The media then gave credit to Nakobe's leadership, which is part of it, but the reality is Tindall is just more comfortable tracking ball carries and attacking downhill than he is in coverage, and he will need to be put in the correct positions to succeed at the next level. When he's blitzing and doesn't have to read anything, he does an incredible job against the run and an incredible job containing mobile quarterbacks. Bryce Young is one of the most elusive quarterbacks in all of college football, and Tindall makes him look like Mac Jones on this play. The second he sees Bryce escape the pocket, he pounces. Tindall's tape is littered with flashes of elite athleticism and moments where he makes pretty mobile quarterbacks look like they're running in quicksand. Here against Arkansas, we can see how ridiculous his range is. He's going to drop back into his zone, but Malik Hornsby ends up rolling out to the weak side. As soon as this happens, Tindall immediately starts pursuing, and it would have been crazy to see him close this angle, but then Hornsby actually loses the ball and completely reverses field out of nowhere, catching Tindall off guard. But he is able to recover all the way back almost the other hash and pull Hornsby down behind the line of scrimmage. Tindall's play speed stands out. His 4.47 40 isn't one of those fake track kid times. He plays just as fast, if not faster, on the field. Here against Tennessee, we can see him tracking another mobile QB. Similar to the sack against Bryce Young in the national title game, Tindall is the spy, and the second he sees Hendon Hooker leak out to his right, he almost teleports to him and forces a fumble. There is plenty of good and plenty of bad on Tindall's tape, but the good flashes are about as impressive as any linebacker in this entire draft class. And in my opinion, Tindall made some of his best plays when he was in this QB spy role. I expect this is how the Dolphins will use Tindall, not only as a downhill blitzer, but also as a spy on mobile QBs, specifically Josh Allen. Obviously, one third-round rookie linebacker is not going to stop a superstar QB, but the Dolphins have been loading up defensively for a while now, and there's an argument to be made that Tindall is the final piece this unit needs to become elite. In fact, although Miami was swept again by Buffalo in 2021, the defense put together 2 impressive performances, limiting Josh Allen to 240 passing yards per game in those 2 contests and only 5.6 yards per attempt. Other than Miami's offensive struggles in those 2 games, the only thing that they really didn't have an answer for was Josh Allen's mobility. Far too many times, Allen was able to keep plays alive with his legs, and bringing in more speed at the linebacker position can help counteract this. And aside from Allen, the league has plenty of incredible runners at the QB position, which is something that has given Miami trouble in the past. Will Channing Tindall be able to slow down these demigod QBs? Only time will tell. But it's safe to say the organization is excited about his potential, and there are a lot of reasons to be excited. But Miami will need to put Tindall in easy situations early on and play to his strengths as much as possible if they want him to contribute immediately. So it'll be mainly up to this coaching staff to get him up to speed as quick as possible and to put him in the best positions to succeed. But the future is bright in Miami, and maybe Channing Tindall is the final piece they need to solve the Josh Allen problem.